Excellent. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, come on, you guys need some enthusiasm here. We're having a Friday CPA meeting. My name is Yen Tu. I'm the Vice President of CPA, and I am very honored to be here to start our meeting on Friday of the Enforcement Program Oversight Committee. And the CBA has provided the opportunity for the public to participate via WebEx platform. When we take public comment, we will begin by taking public comment from those individuals attending the meeting at the California Board of Accountancy headquarters. I will then ask the moderator to open up the lines for public comment. You will be allotted up to 5 minutes for public comment. Ms. Reed, can you please call the roll?
Carrie Ann Farrell Hines.
Good morning, present.
Dee Dee Owens.
Present.
Joe Rosenbaum.
Present.
Michael Savoy.
Present.
Yen Tu.
Present.
And Evangeline Ward.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you, Ms. Reed. And as you all know, mission statement is very important. I'm going to read the mission statement to all of you to remind us why we're here. The CPA's mission is to protect consumers by ensuring only qualified licensees practice public accountancy in accordance with established professional standards. This mission is derived from the statutory requirement that protection of the public shall be the highest priority for the California Board of Accountancy in exercising its licensing, regulatory, and discipline function. Whenever the protection of the public is inconsistent with other interests sought to be promoted, the protection of the public shall be prominent. All right, so off we go to the agenda item. The first agenda item is the approval of the minute of November 17, 2020. I beg your pardon. Thank you, Dominic. Public comment for item not on the agenda. Anybody have in Sacramento office here? Seeing none, anyone, moderator, can you open up to the WebEx?
Certainly, and I wanted to let people know we've got the Q&A feature opening. If you would like to make a comment on the minutes, you can look for the question mark icon, typically in the lower right corner of your WebEx screen. Type the word comment into that text box and click send. The other option is to raise your hand by clicking on the hand icon. Each speaker will have up to 5 minutes to speak with a 30-second warning. Are there any comments on the minutes?
Moderator is not on the minute. It's just any public comment that is
my
not
apologies.
on the agenda. No worries.
My apologies. Okay, any comments for items not on the agenda? And I do not see any requests for public comment. Shall I close the public comment feature?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Right, next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes. So if any members of the November 11, 2022 minutes. Do I see a motion? Motion by Dee Owens.
Yeah, I move to approve the minutes.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Second by Joe. And all in favor of the motion, say aye. I'm sorry. Ms. Reed, can you? Thank you. Again, I am reminded we need public comment. Thank you. Any public comment from the audience? Seeing none. Moderator, can you open the WebEx for comment?
Certainly, and we've opened up the WebEx Q&A. If you'd like to make a comment this time on the minutes, you may look for the question mark icon, type that, click that, type the word comment into the text box and click send. The other option is to have to raise your hand by clicking the hand icon. And I do not see any requests for comment on the minutes. Shall I close the public comment feature?
Yes, please. Thank you.
You're
All
welcome.
right, Ms. Reed, now take the vote.
Carrie Ann Farrell Hines.
Abstain.
Dee Dee Owens.
Yes.
Joe Rosenbaum.
Yes.
Michael Savoy.
Yes.
Yen Tu.
Yes.
And Evangeline Ward.
Abstain.
And the motion carries.
so much. All right, now we go to the next item on the agenda, which is the revision schedule for regulatory changes associated with the discipline guideline and model order. And I believe Ms. O'Connor is going to do a presentation. Yes, please.
Thank you, Chair 2. Good morning. My name is Carrie O'Connor, and I'm the Deputy Enforcement Chief. The purpose of this agenda item is to provide EPOC members the opportunity to review the revision schedule for the rulemaking process regarding changes to the CBA disciplinary guidelines and model orders. Generally, the CBA reviews the disciplinary orders or guidelines and model orders for possible changes every 3 years, with the most recent edition of the guidelines being effective in June 2021. The proposed revision schedule for the rulemaking process is provided on page 2 of the agenda item. Some of the changes to the guidelines will include incorporating the National Association of State Board of Accountancy's Center for the Public's Trust Ethics Leadership Training into the guidelines, and any new relevant statutes or regulations, updates to various sections, including aggravating and mitigating circumstances, rehabilitation criteria and evidence, assessing administrative penalties, model orders, and standard and optional terms and conditions for probation. It is anticipated that the CBA will initiate the rulemaking package to update the guidelines at the November 2023 meeting. Staff do not have a recommendation for this item. However, staff welcome any input members may have on modifications to the guidelines schedule. At this time, I would like to turn the discussion back over to Chair 2 and would be happy to answer any questions regarding this item.
Thank you, Ms. O'Connor. Any question, comment from, yes, Mr. Owen?
I just have a question that's more of an educational item for me. Is when the guidelines change, what happens to the cases that are in progress? Does it go back? Is it only going forward? Just for my edification.
So depending on the nature of the changes, it'll affect those that are probably not in the pipeline per se, because depending on where we're at on the particular case, you may have terms that are out there based around certain sets and guidelines. So you would see them kind of implemented over a period of time. But we also may start implementing them on a case-by-case basis, even as we're implementing the guidelines. So it can kind of happen in a couple of different ways.
I would imagine you would not change the rule in the middle of somebody's applicant or whatever. All right, thank you, Ms. O'Connor, and you are next on the agenda again for item. Again, thank you. I would like to see if any public here would like to make a comment. Seeing none, Ms. Moderator, could you open up the WebEx?
Certainly, and we're opening up the WebEx Q&A feature to facilitate public comment. If you'd like to make a comment, you can click on the question mark icon, type comment into that text box and click send. The other option for anyone is to raise their hand. And for our call-in user, if you would like, you can press *3 to raise your hand. Each commenter will have up to 5 minutes to speak. And I do not see any requests for comment. Shall I close the public comment feature?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Any other comment from? All right, thank you very much for that item. And going on to item 4, discussion and feedback on language regarding the National Association of State Board of Accountancy. Ms. O'Connor, you have a report?
Thank you, Chair 2. The purpose of this item is to provide the EPOC with proposed language to incorporate in the CBA disciplinary guideline and model orders regarding NASBA's, the Center for the Public's Trust Ethics Leadership Training. As I noted in my presentation for the previous EPOC item, as part of the rulemaking package for the updates to the CBA disciplinary guidelines and model orders, staff will include language regarding incorporating NASBA's, the CPT Ethics Leadership Training into the CBA disciplinary guidelines and model orders. Based on the CBA's recommendation from its November 2022 meeting, staff have drafted proposed language for the CBA's review and feedback. The draft language is available on page 2 of the agenda item. Staff do not have a recommendation for this item. However, we welcome any input and feedback that members may have regarding the proposed draft language. At this time, I would like to turn the discussion back over to Chair 2 and would be happy to answer any questions members may have. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. O'Connor. Any comments or questions from board members? Seeing none, any from the public here? Seeing none, Ms. Moderator, can you open up the WebEx?
Certainly, we've opened up the WebEx Q&A feature. If you'd like to make a comment, click on the question mark, type the word comment and click send. Or if you are a call-in user, you may press *3 to raise your hand, or anyone may raise their hand by clicking on the hand icon on your WebEx screen. And I do not see any requests for comment. Shall I close the public comment feature?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to item number 5, agenda item for next board meeting. Any suggestion and or from the committee members? No, seeing none. Any from the public? Seeing none. Ms. Moderator, can you open up WebEx?
Certainly, and we've reopened the Q&A feature. If you'd like to suggest something for the next meeting, you can look for the question mark icon, type the word comment and click send, or our call-in users can press *3 to raise their hand. And I do not see any requests for comment. Shall I close that feature?
Yes, thank you very much. All right, those are the items for our EPAC meeting. If there's nothing else, the meeting is adjourned.